Good evening, Miss Pam. How are you today?
I'm doing great today. How about yourself?
Well, it's a happy day. I know we had a little brief little show over the weekend and well that Monday where we was just excited about the new hire for the team. And we seen his press conference and I did send something into you guys in the chat where Tori she did have him sit down with Matt Ryan. It was a quick, so for those that are here, it was a quick little brief snippet
I
of
know.
his interview. Again, she just kind of re-asked the questions, because I know a lot of people was kind of getting into it like, well, he don't know what his role is. It was like, well, like you said, he was interviewed 2 hours and he was just thrown up in it. So it's kind of one of those. He got to learn his position on the
Yep.
fly. We're gonna talk about it.
A lot of people say he's
You
not
know,
qualified. I can beg the difference. He is qualified for this position. It's just on job
mm-hmm.
training. That's it.
Okay, so we're gonna get into a little bit more detail about that, but let's go ahead and say hello to our fans. Let's see who's in the chat. Yeah, make sure y'all share this out. We're a little late, we know. Here we go.
Yeah.
We got Smooth. Sup, Lady Birds of AFN at Smooth. Steve 78. How you doing? How we doing? We got Stina B coming on in the background. Let me go ahead and grab her in here. Let's go, Stina. Hey, Stina B, how you doing?
Oh, she eating.
Over there, she getting her eat on. And we got Silk Legacy. He says, "What's up, Queens? Whoop, whoop, there it is. Yeet, get some." Okay. I know we're a little late, folks. It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you are here. Go
Yes.
ahead and share this out, like I said, and we're
Hey
gonna go ahead and get
everybody.
started. So, hey, and before we get into the conversation, um, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Of course, you already know who we are. We are the Lady Birds of AFN. And, this is just a regular Tuesday because we have no more football.
Yeah.
So, now we just kind of got to talk about things for the off season, what's best for the team, because, we had an introduction today. And I definitely want to hear what Stina has to say about that if she didn't get a chance to catch that press conference. But introduce yourself. Who's right next to me?
I'm better known as Auntie Pam from good old Columbus, Georgia. Hello, welcome to our show, y'all.
Okay. What's up, Pam? And underneath her, introduce yourself.
What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Stina B. And I'm so happy that you guys are here. Welcome to the Lady Birds of AFN.
All
We got a lot to talk
right.
about.
Yes.
Girl, we got a lot to talk about, and I couldn't get my computer to act right for nothing. So I'm on my phone today, but we're gonna make it work. What's up, ladies? I see. What's up, ladies? Pam got the deuce on. I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice
She's
jersey. Yeah.
representing. She's representing. I gotta go get my
Yeah.
jersey. I
This is an
got a
old
Ryan
jersey,
jersey.
Jay Ryan. This is my
You
old
know,
jersey.
it's the old one. That we might be getting some new ones because they are redesigning our.
Okay.
I think they're taking it back to the old school with the
Mhm.
new school slang in it. No more alarm clock numbers on the jersey. I hope they don't have that anymore because it took me a long time to get used to those jerseys, and I was just not a big fan of them. Who
Alarm
told them
clock
to
numbers
change
is
it?
crying.
I'm just telling
Oh,
you, it looks like when you're just saying. So um, we're gonna go ahead and get into this conversation, but while we getting letting know everybody we're here, we're gonna be on
Mhm.
for short because Ty Kale also follows us after this, and then it's really not that much to talk about because we really haven't made a lot of moves other than the main move for now.
Yeah.
That's going to be the start of this, and I kind of want to
Mhm.
know what y'all feel about it. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the conversation. So.
Mhm.
We got Matt Ryan, president of the Atlanta Falcons football. Now I'll end it, but I want to know what you guys got. If you didn't get a chance to get in there and listen to the press conference as well as I did put the Tory interview, and it made it a little bit more clearer. And then I actually went back and to re-listen to it again because that chat, folks be in there panicking. It
Yeah.
throws you off.
Yeah.
They he ain't doing nothing. It's like you just missed the whole purpose of what he
Yeah.
just said. So, Miss Pam, based on what you heard from Matt Ryan, and then maybe you read some things, what did you gather from what his role is here when it's come to being the president of the football operations? Well, not operations, but president of football.
What I gather from that role is he's going to be involved with the GM hiring, and he's going to be involved with the head coach hiring, and chances are he's going to be involved with pretty much the player personnel. I gather from that, because in order to know what players better fit your team, you got to be out there in the field to understand what you're scouting and everything else. So it's an on job training. And then what I gather from a lot of other podcasts will say, "Oh, he's not qualified." I beg the difference. This man got a degree from Boston College, and then he's 14 years career in the NFL and 3 years on the sports analyst as a CBS that'll qualify him for this position. So he can qualify for this position. It's just like John Elway going into that GM position that he was never qualified. But you got to learn. It's an on-job training. So for me, I'm gonna get trust and accountability out of him because I can trust what's coming out of his mouth, and I know he's gonna have some accountability of what's going on with this football team. That's what I gather.
Okay, and I love that. And of course, Mooney, and we're going to get to you, Miss Tina. Mooney said it. He said accountability was the word of the day for blank. It sounds like that was not happening behind the scenes. So it's kind of the tell all of what was not happening here. So I'm glad you brought that up, Mooney, and Money. I don't know if it was Mooney, Money. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. But Miss Tina, your thoughts on Matt Ryan's press conference, and I don't know if you did get a chance to hear the Tory interview that he set. That it was like a 9-minute interview. Y'all go back to the Falcons YouTube and page and go back and listen to it. It was a little bit more briefer than the long extended version but he kind of addressed the same things. Maybe he just had a little bit more time to prepare,
Exactly.
So let me know what you think, about that.
Yeah, so I think I got to a little bit more than half of the press conference. So sometimes I'm like you, the chat can be very distracting. So sometimes I just like to wait until after the press conference is over and then just go back and watch it on YouTube. But I think Arthur Blank made it very clear as to what Matt's role is. Anything that's touching that grass, he's touching. Anything that's associated with things happening on that field is what Matt Ryan is going to be touching. So I remember that somebody asked him specifically, is he going to be, like a mentor to Michael Penix or whatever the case is? And I just really love that Arthur Blank made it clear that he's not here to Phillip Rivers. I think they both said it. He's not here to Phillip Rivers. He's not here to be a head coach. He's not here to be the quarterback coach. Those people will make those decisions based on the skills that he has hired them to do. So he's knee deep in those head coach interviews. They was making fun of him on CBS when he was getting live messages on while they were on the CBS Today, because the man has been working ever since he signed that contract on Saturday afternoon, because he's working for everything that's going to make a difference on that field, and that's the head coach, that's the GM, and Miss Pam said it. The trust that we have developed for Matt Ryan, not only us as fans, but then just the NFL as a whole, has the respect for him. He said that Roger Goodell even, gave a salute to Matt Ryan about he would be good for that role. So I don't understand how people could think he's not qualified. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
I know.
I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm glad you said that because I do want to address the not qualified part of things. In my
Yes.
opinion, I think he is qualified.
Yeah.
We've been complaining. We don't have a quarterback coach. We don't have somebody that's football minded. We don't have this. It's all business minded people. So they did exactly what you guys were damn complaining about and brought in a man that is, for one thing, an alumni to this team. 14 years in the game. Also, with his comments, with him being with CBS, he even said it. He said, I've been able to sit down with different GMs, different coaches, and talk to them. And, of course, he has to analyze what's going on because he needs to know what these teams are doing, how it's working for other teams, what teams are contenders, what teams are not. So he's had a chance to sit down and sit back and analyze the NFL from the perspective of what it is today compared to when he was playing. And what it takes to become contenders in this league. And he was very vocal about the things that he disliked about what the franchise was doing. Now, I like when y'all mentioned that he's saying, no, he's not coming in here to be on the sideline and be in he's allowing, meaning him collectively with Off the Blank, with Greg, that GM, that head coach, and whoever else is in the meeting, collectively, we're going to make sure he hires, kind of like a Terry situation, but it's somebody over Terry, if you will, that says, you know what? I think these are the better candidates. Let's look into it. Let's do the interview. Let's do our due diligence. What's best for the team. And then he is allowing that GM, which we was thinking that GM wasn't doing his job. We didn't think that Terry had a role here. Let's keep it real. We was like, what is his job? What decision making is he making? You complain about that. So the Falcons said, okay, now we're going to take away Rich McKay. We're going to let the GM. We're going to let the head coach. We're going to let the offensive coordinator do their things. He's not going to micromanage, but when I went back to the Tory interview, he said it a little bit more. He said, I will be there alongside with them to help in any way, in the capacity I can. Yeah. So he will be vocal. He will be involved, but he's also still learning his role, you guys. Okay. It's a brand new role that was created for him.
That's the point I wanted to bring up, Maggie, is that even before which I'm sure they considered Matt Ryan, of course, when they created it. But if y'all don't understand how important this is to Arthur Blank, that he created an entire position to address the needs of y'all don't want to call it football operations, but that's what it is at the end of the day. Even though it's not his actual title, he's managing the operations of what's happening on that field. And so for them to already know that this is something that is necessary for the team has already given me confidence that he's making those moves. And then on top of that, he brings in the legend. It's just the icing on the cake for me in regards to that. And I'm just glad that he's embracing it and also acknowledging, this is going to be, a journey for him, that all the people are in the room supporting him throughout this, knowing that he's getting all that support from the beginning. So it's not like he's just out there, him and Sarah all by themselves, like,
he's going to have like Miss Pam said, it's on the job training. I think they're going to make sure that he is placed in the best position. If he has questions, hey, Arthur Blank, Beatles, what do I need to do here? What do you think is the best decision? I'm sure, because he is he's an educator in his own right. He's a learner. He absorbs things. So, I don't think he's going to be blinded. Just, I'm going to make this decision. I think this is best, without talking, consulting, and analyzing. And of course, he's that man that knows what probably works best for the team already, based on his own experience, just watching from the screen, the sidelines, in the press box, this, that, and the other. So, like Ms. Bree said, there are business people with no field experience in making executive decisions, which doesn't make sense for this team. And I can
I
honestly agree
agree.
with that one.
Yep,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
And so money, my bad, I've got you now pronounced correctly. It says, Breeze is in the chat, but said not qualified for a position that was made up is funny to me. He's the president of football. He's president over football before. What's the problem? Laugh out loud.
Right.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and
Exactly.
bring Miss Bree in. Facts to that one. Let's go ahead and bring my lady in here and let her go ahead
Come
and
on
introduce
in here, Bree.
yourself. And I gotta go and make sure this is shared everywhere. I'm gonna hide my camera for a moment. I'm probably looking like Knight Rider. But Miss Bree, introduce yourself and just kind of, if you caught the interview, I mean the press conference, and I don't know if you catch the interview with Tori and Matt. Just give me your opinions on the role of Matt Ryan and how happy you are that he is here. If you are happy, we need to know.
All right. Well, hey everyone. I am Bree from the AUG, and if you aren't familiar where the AUG is located in Augusta, Georgia. Glad to be back on here with you all tonight on another Tuesday. But try my best to be on here back with y'all as much as I can.
Girl, them kids back in school. It's okay, girl. We
Welcome
understand.
back, baby.
Classes started for me yesterday, so I'm in school while I'm teaching school. So
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
this semester's gonna be a challenge, so but I'm up for it.
Y'all just send her all sorts of good vibes to get through. Okay.
I appreciate it. But my viewpoint opinion about the position, I mean it's a smart move. It's the right move. It's been long overdue, but it's worked in our benefit. He has had experience seeing the NFL as a whole with a different perspective, not
Yeah.
just the Falcons in itself. So, with that
Mhm.
analyst position, I don't know if you all go back and watch snippets and clips of how he
Yeah.
analyzes the game, especially at the QB level. He really knows what he's talking about. So with
Yes.
that field experience, that's just even more beneficial for us. Um, like I said, I was the one to put it in the chat. You know, who not better to have than someone that has led your organization for X amount of years with success, great
Exactly.
amount of success, to come back to
Mhm.
be in a position with the
Mhm.
experience, and on top of that with even more knowledge to help us get to our ultimate goal of winning the Super Bowl. It makes sense. Just because you all feel like he didn't meet the criteria or have the particular accolades, he's overqualified in my opinion.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, glad to have him. Excited for his next chapter. Shout out to you, Sarah. Y'all didn't give her kudos because without her
Yeah.
approval,
Yeah.
he would not, and support, he won't be here.
I'm
But
Yeah.
saying.
it's
We
alright.
love you,
Man.
Sarah.
Love
Yeah,
you, Sarah.
Please
we
come on
need
our
that.
show.
Oh, we
We
love to
need
talk
that.
to Sarah.
I wish
We
I
love to
could
talk to her.
get Miss Sarah, Miss Firecracker, because she, whew, I remember that time she went in on that fan one time.
Yes,
I
I
said,
should.
she said, you need to check the source. This is around the time that Matt Ryan was about to leave and all that. And they was making up this narrative. I think it was Cam Marino or whatever his name was. Oh, she
Whatever
got
his
in on
name.
that and was like, check your sources because you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
with that, I love that what you said, Bree. Just go for a shout out to her for approving it. And yes, he is overly qualified, in my opinion. He is definitely the one that took us all the way to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Without, if it was, of course, coaching, what better person that knows how important coaching and play calling and all
Is
that
he?
plays into being successful? I think he
Yes.
would know it
He
firsthand
would. He
because
would.
that cost us the Super Bowl. Let's keep it real.
Mhm.
People, people think differently. Everybody just, they're blinded to, they hear and see what they want to, and they make themselves believe things at times. So, they blame him for it. Of course, the team had some parts in it, yes, because you got to, execute and play the game. But overall, he, like you said, he is very vocal about what he feels about the team throughout the years. He's very intelligent. He knows exactly what the team needs. And we got Miss Witt coming in the house. Let's go ahead and bring Witt, because I would love to hear her voice as well. Let's go ahead and bring her. Come on in here, girl. Bring your behind in here, girl. And
Hi,
I
Lady
hope you're feeling better. First off, I hope you're feeling better.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. The flu tried to take y'all girl on up out of here.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yeah. We got large cases at our hospital, so yeah.
Oh,
It's
well, I know
still
y'all
going.
walking around with masks now.
Oh God, yes. Oh yes.
Y'all be safe out there now, because my household was just sick. Now, thankfully, it wasn't the flu, but the cold was going around, and then my son had a seizure yesterday. Just a lot been going on with Maggie T. So I am all over the place today. But shout out to you, Miss Whitten. And of course, the same question to you. Hopefully, you did get a chance to listen to the press conference. And I'm not sure if you saw the link I shared with Tori. It was like a about 9-minute interview with Matt, where he kind of condensed it down to what we heard in the press conference, to what his role is and how important it is and how passionate it is to be here in Atlanta, because he said this is home for him.
Yeah.
So I
Actually,
just want to know your thoughts on how you feel about Matt Ryan being the president of football.
well, for those who don't know me, I've been gone for a while, but I'm back. It's your girl Whitney J from the A, ready to slay. I am excited, and I actually did watch the full press conference at 11 a.m. I watched it from the top to the bottom. I was really excited to see Matt back in the ATL in this position. We sort of knew he was already going to get it, but of course, they had to do the little bells and whistles. Hey, we're interviewing this person, that person. And I really was interested on how Matt would feel, some of the answers he'll give, and where he think he fits in this new role that the Atlanta Falcons organization is creating for him. We gonna say it's for him. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I should have expected what I got, because Matt has always been a professional, even though a lot of us, I can say myself included, rode him for a few years because we were still so enthralled in that Mike Vick era. But for him to start off by showing love, of course, to Sarah in the Ice Cubes +1, because one of the little cubes was actually really, really young when he left his tenure here. But to say that to us, this city, how it's become his home, and he wants to bring a championship here and to be champions, that he wants to complete what he wanted to do back in 2008 when he started here. For him to make that announcement that people, of course, people was like, is he going to help Michael Penix and get all in there? He's like, yo, pump the brakes. I'm not here to be a coach. That's not what my job assignment is. That is not the job description. I'm not here to be a GM. That is not my job description. I'm here to help when they need me. And really, my focus is getting the people in the building to help us become champions. And I'm excited to see what Matt can bring, his thought process, what he learned and working for CBS for 3 years, being able to analyze games, see these different teams, talk to different people. And we've
Right.
seen a couple of teams go this president of football way. I think with the Lions and a couple of other organizations, to see what he could possibly do in that mindset of being a player who actually led this organization, who went through different coaches, went through different coordinators, how management was handling things, and how the GM was handling things, and how he can be able to get us to that pinnacle, which is bringing the Lombardi trophy here. So I was excited, and I'm happy with the questions he asked, and how Arthur Blank and Greg Beatles was able to kind of back him up at some of the things that they were saying. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
And
I,
you broke
can I
broke
add
it
one
down.
more point?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He also, and I didn't get to watch the full interview, nor I didn't realize there was one with Tori, but there was one other aspect. I don't know if you all said it earlier because I didn't watch
Hmm.
earlier. Apologies. One other aspect, he said that his goal also is to get former players back in the locker room
That's
to speak to the
yes.
players and have that that role of bringing them back into the organization, that was the key piece that stood out to me as well.
He said
Okay,
a
I
lot of
like
former.
that.
He also said a lot of former players had contacted him to congratulate him on that role as well too. So
Absolutely, and I'm glad you said that, Pam, because with that, we already been having because it was I want to say it was either Terrence Mathis, it was one of them former players that did come on the show, and he
uh-huh.
said that basically one of them said that it was at a time where the former players didn't feel comfortable coming back around to the team. Did you notice if anybody was going to training camp and things like that back in the day? You
Yeah.
wasn't seeing a lot of these legends because they didn't feel like, especially the '98 team, they didn't feel like they were getting the recognition. I think Chuck Smith, it was Chuck Smith. I remember now. If y'all go
Mhm.
back to our very first year of Atlanta Falcons Nation, year one, there's an interview with us and Chuck Smith where he said he was like, because somebody asked him, "Why would you be a coach?" Of course, he had became a coach for another team. He said he wanted to. He said they brought him in to give some advice, but they didn't want to give him the role, you know, like just come and give us some, alumni expertise, but we don't want to give you the actual opportunity to come out here and coach these guys. So, and it was kind of sentiments, a lot of the former players, if you kind of go back to our catalog, saying kind of the similar thing that they didn't feel like that they was getting honored. So that's kind of why I started that series of former players and just giving them their flowers. Yes, we're talking about the Falcons, but let's talk about you. How did you get started? Where did this come from? And they always felt welcomed here because it's like, they're not doing that. They're not honoring us. But then suddenly we started seeing them come around a little bit more. Now we're starting to honor our former players more than just Warwick Dunn and etc. Giving them their props. So
Yes.
with Matt Ryan around, I feel like there's going to be other players that's going to like, hey, Roddy White, all those people that said hello to him. You're going to see them come around and just buddy up with him. And we were starting to see that they're on the training camp field getting in these wide receivers, quarterback ears, this and the other. Now, Matt Ryan's saying he's not going to be a part of it. But of course, he said, wherever I see fit, wherever they call me to intervene, I will and bring Miss Whitney back. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with that. But let's kind of get to some of these comments here. I want to get back to Jerome's comment right here. It says, Matt was top 3 draft pick, Pro Bowler, MVP, should have been a Super Bowl champ and future Hall of Famer. He is qualified for the job. He knows football. And that's what the fans were kept saying. We don't have nobody that's football. And now you bring in the football. Now, the question is, lady, is it because it's Matt Ryan that they're
Yeah.
upset? Let's say they brought in Mike Tomlin in here to be a president of something. Would they give him more respect? Because of course he just got he
Relieved
resigned. He relieved himself of
What
that
about what
duty.
about Michael Vick? What about if they bring Michael Vick? I think the reaction would be totally different. So they say, "Oh yeah, he qualified," But it's a lot of bias behind Matt Ryan, and I think it's because the fact that Vick got convicted and went to jail, and then we went to 2 or 3 years with quarterback that didn't produce nothing, and then when you drafted him everybody, kind of blamed him, which they shouldn't have blamed, but he kind of worked through the critics and all that and became the top quarterback, and managed to have us a winning season
He
after
earned it.
all those other quarterbacks that couldn't. Do it.
He earned it.
He earned it. So it's a lot of bias because they blame him a lot because they think he took Vic's job. Well, Vic lost that job because he went to jail. And if he was honest and forthright with Arthur Blank, he would have still probably been here because I think Arthur Blank would have worked out something and that would have came to light. But he didn't trust Arthur Blank enough to even to be honest with what was going on with his personal life and all that. So
Mhm.
for them to have this bias is wrong. I mean, only thing he did, they drafted him because he was the top he was the quarterback that for that team, and he was the right fit, and he did the things that we needed to do to help us win championships. So he's coming into this role to try to get us back
Back
to
to the
that
championship,
championship.
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
You know,
And you want them to change it up. You want them to do different, from what they have been operating as. So now let's create a new position that kind of goes over the GM. Let's do this.
yeah,
They're making the changes, but our fan base and it's just they're just never satisfied with anything. And what Big Low Country said, what in the world, Bo? What's good, Lady Birds? What's going on, sir? I'm gonna pass this
people,
question to you, Stina. Same thing. Is it because it's Matt Ryan and everybody has an issue with, or like she said, Michael Vick or any other person they felt? And then chat, put it in the chat. Who the hell would have been qualified for this role? Okay,
yeah,
who would you want sitting right there in that over the GM? Oh, being able to somebody that has already an opinion on what's best for the team. Who else would you felt would have been the better candidate for this role? I just want to know that. But Stina, if you kind of can go in on that about the fans kind of not agreeing that Matt is qualified for this.
Well, y'all know if you're true Atlanta Falcons fans that we every day we have to fight to prove our love
mhm,
to these
Right.
people when it comes to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan
Mm-hmm.
will forever be my QB1
yeah,
for a reason because he did the best job in his 14 years here
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
for the Falcons as an organization. Because we've had to fight for him so hard, they just don't believe. Like, and it's these older fans, it's these ones that's been from what I've been seeing and because I'm in other Falcons groups as well, and it's the older ones that's like been fans for, they still living off the 98 era, they still talking about 1978. Like, my dude, we not there no more. Like, Matt Ryan was it. Like, I don't
Right.
know why y'all are so bent out of shape trying to
Should
be
Chris
mad
Chandler
because
came up
of,
over here? Should have been Chris Chandler. He took us to the Super Bowl too. You
oh,
think he would have
child, no, absolutely not. And it's at the end of the day, it's all about respect. And regardless of what happens at the end of the day, what you can't do is not respect Matt Ryan for who he is and what he
been?
brings to the table and what he's done for this organization. And these fans just need to get over it. Like, I
exactly.
literally heard one fan literally talk about one specific game where Matt Ryan fumbled the ball. I was like, "You're that anal about it, or you're talking
Yeah.
about one game? Did you lose
One
money, my
thing.
dude? Like, why are you so harped on this man like this when he's done
Yeah,
nothing but good things for our organization? To attract somebody like Julio and got to
Right.
play with Ryder and then expanded from
mhm,
that, he got to play for a whole nother organization to see how somebody else moves around with the Colts. And
Mm-hmm.
then being able to translate that knowledge into what he was able to bring to CBS. I thought Matt Ryan was an amazing analyst.
yeah,
Loved watching him on Sundays just to see his point of view. He's
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
super, super knowledgeable. So I just don't understand why the fans are so bent out of shape. Other fans
yeah.
like y'all mad that Michael Vick went to a college team and got picked up. I think that's the reason why, because y'all see him get picked up another coaching job, and y'all just like he should have brought his ass here. Well, y'all said the same thing about Justin Fields, and now look.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay,
Love it,
I'll
love it.
wait.
And I see 3 balls and 2 strikes. Said Mr. Blank wanted more accountability and vision because it's clear.
At
If
home.
y'all listen closely, I
At
wish
home.
Christy was up on this thing because she analyzes it to the T. Her and Bree. Well, we all do.
Yeah.
But he said it. It's that accountability was the part that we were definitely missing here.
Trust.
Absolutely.
And
All
trust.
we had
So,
was whites of eyes looking up at a halo. I'm sick of that. I don't
I
never want
mean,
to see that man's eyes ever again.
right.
Bree, don't
So
do that.
it said hit that like button. Yeah, I'll hit that like, just like Mr. Michael ATL said, hit that like. Yeah, I appreciate it. And share this out. We need more eyes on this podcast. You need to show these ladies some more love just like y'all show all the fellas, because we work hard to come up in here and give you guys one of the best contents there is out there. Yes, I'm a biased person, but still, ladies, the ladies bring it, okay.
As you
So,
should be.
Yeah.
First
mhm,
lady. Come on,
First
first lady.
lady. First lady.
right. I think Miss Witt is
Rock
having some
your
issues with her connection. But John Marino, 6746, John H is a good coach, no doubt, but you are asking he is asking for too much. He is. So it's like we
Yeah.
Yeah, I
also
was
got to
hoping
be
we're gonna get
realistic
into
here,
coaching. I
Yeah.
got some
and
Yeah.
we
comments
definitely will.
on who we've been
Do
looking
y'all
at.
hear the recent developments about LaFleur? Um, I didn't hear. I mean, did anybody? Because
I
I
want him
thought I
to resign
remembered, but
with Green Bay.
Extending his contract is what they're
Yeah, with Green Bay.
they're extending his contract.
I didn't
Oh,
want
Yeah.
him here
okay.
anyway. It's okay.
saying. Matt Ryan
Yeah.
probably don't want him
Bye
either. He
bye.
probably want him as an
Matt
Yeah,
offensive
Ryan don't want
coordinator.
him either. Exactly,
yeah,
Bree.
yeah, yeah.
Matt
It's a
Ryan
big
has those
concession.
Okay, so she'll
same
be back
dreams
in
we
the
do. I keep trying to tell folks Matt Ryan is Atlanta Falcon to the blood. That man has
Yeah,
the same dreams we do about that day. I'll never
right.
forget
yeah,
looking at your face, LaFleur. You and Shanna banana hand.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
His
Banana,
naive.
banana the hand. All right,
yeah.
Miss Wood and everybody, I'm glad you're back. And I see this comment from Strapped Up 24. He said, "What's going on, ladies? I hope you are doing well and safe. My question to start things off: who do you want?" I guess we're gonna go ahead and get into it because they really want to know. Who
Yeah.
do you want for head coach and GM? I'm going for Kent. Oh, Clint. Yeah, I mean for head
That's
coach,
everybody.
Ian, and I'm glad you asked that question, Strap, because they did ask. They was like, so because we did interview a couple of people for that president role, and they basically was asking, are you going to also circle back around to those same people to consider them
Mhm.
for the GM and the head coach? Right now, they said they haven't started the interviews for the GM. That's going to be in the process. But they're definitely doing interviews for the head coaching position. So do you ladies agree? This is kind of universal now with the name that he has mentioned. Would you like Clint for head coach and Ian for GM? And we can start it off with you, Miss Miss Bree. If you can let us know your thoughts on it, how you feel.
My thoughts is I want a seasoned head coach. When I say seasoned, I'm talking Lawry's. I'm talking garlic powder. I'm talking onion
Mhm.
powder. Not sprinkle here or sprinkle there. I'm talking about heavy-handed Caesar. So whoever
And
fits
in
that
a skillet.
role,
You got to do an iron skillet too. They got a little, love in it that grandma handed down to you. We need one of them type of people.
yeah, them arm packs, yeah, they take. So whoever fits that role, because I'm not getting into the logistics. Harbaugh is good, but he's giving Bill Belichick
Mm,
demands.
mm.
And I don't think we're willing to take that chance with him. That's why we didn't sign Belichick. So I think, you know, another
But
candidate
I
that's
don't know,
coming.
Bree.
You see, well,
Well, I'm just saying, just kind of look at it though, kind of based on what Matt Ryan said. He wants the head coach and GM and whatsoever. He wants them to be able to do their job, make the
correct,
decision on who the offensive coordinator. He wants them. He doesn't want to micromanage. He just wants to pick the best candidates. Not saying he's my pick because he's
correct.
not, but just kind of looking at what they're saying. It's basically he kind of just wants somebody that kind of knows their role, will come in and do what's best for this business, where he can just kind of fill in where he can fit in. But he's trusting that the GM and the head coach is going to make the best decisions for us. With that being said, I think Whit is
And,
having some issues there.
and then someone else
But
said,
who we missing? Go ahead, Bree.
oh, and then someone else said I was talking to yesterday about it. We need to uh get Arthur Blank to go in his bag and pay some extra to get what we need. We've been bargain shopping as far as head coach and GM, and now it's time just to make that move, because if we keep bargain shopping, we gonna keep getting the same results. So we really just need to go ahead. If we go to Jim Harbaugh, maybe even Mike Tomlin, we just need to go ahead and just put all our eggs in one basket, or just you know spend a little bit more for what we expecting. We got to put in more to get more in return as a reward is what I'm trying to go for.
And am I low? Because Bree said, Wit said I was sounding low. Am I low? Do I
No.
sound low to you
Not,
guys?
no, no.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it could be her sound. Um, and then Jay Dixon said I heard Green Bay is trying to work out a deal to keep LaFleur. Yeah, that's what everybody was
Good.
saying. Stina
Yeah.
B, same question. What was the question? Oh, about the head coach and GM. Do you have? Of course, I know we talked about it before on Monday. I think you came on, or whatever day that was. But you
Saturday.
can Saturday. Yeah. Look, days are going by quick now. So,
I'm telling you,
again, if we
it's
can just kind of go
already
back
the what?
into yes, Tuesday, almost
Mm,
mid-January, Al, already.
Right.
mm.
So, your thoughts on the GM and head coach job?
Well, I thought it was very interesting that Beatles was very specific in saying that there is no GM that they're checking out right now. Like they literally said there was no GM uh, so far, which I thought was a very interesting comment when we've been throwing around names here
Mm-hmm.
recently.
Mhm.
So maybe they haven't seen anything that they want so far yet. So that's interesting to think about. Um, Y'all know I've been preaching about Kubiak this whole time. That's who I truly want. I feel like
Mhm.
he's worked with a young team. I feel like he could be a great fit here. They haven't touched Mike McCarthy yet, and I'm mad about it. I'll get
Yeah.
over it. But
Yeah.
I really feel like he could also be amazing. The man has touched the Super Bowl and has
Mm-hmm.
lifted the trophy. And in my opinion, that's one of the most important things, that you touch the money. Like you got to actually touch the money
Mhm.
and know what that feels like, because we know what heartache feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's important, and I'm so glad that, like I said, I'm going to keep reinforcing how important Matt Ryan is in this position is, because he truly
Mhm.
knows our team backwards and forwards. Like a lot of the people that he was still in association with back then are still with the Falcons, and he's going to be able to use all that knowledge to make great decisions for us when it does come to the head coaching. It does make me happy to see we're having as many as we are, because people were trying to say in the beginning that we couldn't attract a good coach to come here. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Do you not see the talent on this damn team? We can
Exactly.
attract the best coaches out here that are available, honestly, because of what we've stacked and what we've shown. I
Mhm.
know the last few games were a great showing, not only for, whatever Raheem is going to do in his next position, but what coaches can do with the squad that we have. And
Mm-hmm.
so to see the number of interviews that we have, I'm sure they still got more interviews to come. I would be interested to see what a Mike Tomlin interview would look like. I would just to, just the I would like to
Hmm.
just peek into what that type of conversation is, because honestly, I thought Mike Tomlin was going to retire Steelers coach. Honestly,
Me too. Me too.
there's one specific thing that happened to the Steelers that changed this year, and I don't know if that was the end all be all. I'm going to say it is, because I can smell emotion. I can smell stuff through the screens. I was watching those
Mm-hmm.
Steelers games. That man was not happy.
He wasn't.
I'm just put that out there. So it would be interesting if we did, but I'm just very happy that we are, like, Matt Ryan was hired Saturday morning, and they've been putting in work. They've been getting these interviews in. Kubiak damn in doing playoffs, and they're able to get him in quickly, and they're pulling in
Mhm.
all these other coaches. Like, I'm just very, very excited about the sense of urgency. That is the phrase I want to use. The
Mhm.
sense of urgency that they're
You see.
using right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is making me feel more settled in than ever. And I haven't felt like this in about 8 years.
Hmm. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's a long
Hmm.
time, Steve.
Long time. I done
Long.
had two, three jobs.
Oh Lord.
I'm telling you,
I said I
report
wanted
cards
to get
say
Brenda
enough.
that draft. That's what it used to be. So,
I really want to know
oh
what
look, and I
Matt felt
appreciate.
like unfiltered. I know he has some real shit to say about.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. I don't think he
I'm
was a fan of what was the operation that was going on with the head coach and GM over here, because he even said it was one something that he said. Then I'm gonna take it to you, Miss Witt. Same question in a minute, but he was like, one of the decisions he would definitely would have made the game that we were seeing that weather was a factor for our opponent. It's like, why not open up the roof and give them something that is,
Different.
put them back into that environment. We got a roof, open it. What did you design it for? For beauty? So Mr. Raheem can look up at it and let me see if
I'm
God
telling
sees
you.
me.
Looking at the stars.
I bet you he know
Sure.
the number of every pole that's connected to that daggone roof. He done counted all of them.
Mm.
Head ass.
And Southside, Rich McKay was barely qualified for himself for the job. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But Matt Ryan, Rich McKay, Matt Ryan. Let's Rich McKay, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan.
Any
So
of those
there's no way.
candidates and Matt Ryan. None of them.
Right,
I was like, y'all, hurry up and show these people face
right. And
so we
Ms.
can
Witt, are
fix
you back
it.
with us and everything? We wanted you to chime in on that question about, who do you feel should be the head coach and GM? If you have some ideas already, I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so basically, I think they're probably going to lean towards Ian Cunningham. That seems like the way that they're going towards. And I heard that him and Matt have a pretty good relationship, different things like that, and they're a fan of the things that he's been doing. But when it comes to head coach, this has been a weird carousel situation. This has been a kind of like, we're used to Black Monday. You get different coaches here and there. It's usually like a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator here or there, maybe an old school coach or stuff like that. But not a cycle where you have two long tenure coaches who had like well who have championships in a bat, not like a Bill Belichick, but still. And Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh. I agree that we need a seasoned coach who has been in the atmosphere and had the culture of winning and getting that ultimate prize. While I'm all about excitement, giving new people a chance, who's going to be the next star, who's going to be the next Sean McVay, who's going to be the next person. I would say another name, but I still can't stand his. I don't care if his team is currently in the playoffs right now. I don't care if he's been to the Super Bowl three times since he's left here. I don't mention that man's name, and I hope they get kicked out again. But again,
I'm screaming. I know
but
exactly.
I
You
know who
know
you're talking about.
exactly. Can I say I don't say his name.
I don't talk about that man. Even though that
I'm
was my stepdad,
screaming.
God rest his soul, and my stepdad's heavenly birthday is tomorrow. He was a big 49ers fan, but I don't speak that man's name. But I I've been looking at Clint. He was the exciting one to see what he could do, the offense, but it's like we've done that, taking these coordinators, and it has not panned out. With trying, oh, let's give this person a chance and these things like that. We don't know. And a lot of times it has not worked well, whether it has been on the defensive side of the football or the offensive side of the ball. So right now, as it stands, even though I don't like his political stance, but I don't know if even though they've been saying out there that Mike Tomlin is looking for somewhere a bit warmer than what he's been these past years. It's either between, for me, John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin. I would love for Mike Tomlin to come here and to have another black head coach and things like that. But a lot of people feel like that offensive side of the ball needs to be fixed, which both of them are fairly defensive. But if they are going to go offensive way, Clint.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Clint is definitely one of my, that's the number one I feel like they need to target. Ian, of course, is another. So I mean, I think it's kind of universal to everybody. And then I did see some, no one wants Belichick. He and his girlfriend made a mess at UNC. Somebody
Yeah,
else said,
so don't.
back to J Rock, he said he wants Mike McDaniel. So still seeing some other names. Of course, Mike Tomlin, he's out there. Now, that's just only if, let's say he stepped down from his role, but he wants to take on another position with the Steelers. Maybe he wants to be the president of something, 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 So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Mike, because
Yeah.
after so many years of being a head coach, I don't know if I want to go to another team and head coach again. I might want to do a different role. Or if I'm going to go to a team, I want to make sure this team is dedicated to be going to the Super Bowl, because he had winning seasons, but he didn't get them over the hump. Well, once, I'm saying, but recently, it's winning seasons, but it wasn't enough, if you will. And of course, we're just trying to get in the playoffs and then making it all the way. And if we're kind of bringing in somebody that will just say, okay, we're just stagnant at playoffs, getting the division, and then we do nothing else with that. Look at the Panthers. Nobody in the South right now. I said anybody that was going to get up in that thing was going to be one and done, and I proved myself right.
We already knew.
We knew that was
Mm-hmm.
going to happen. We knew that was going to happen.
Well, it said Mucho said, should we hire GM first, right? Well, it doesn't look like that's the case right now. They said they haven't started the GM interviews at this point because I guess maybe they don't feel they have the candidate they want to fill that role right now.
I actually think I actually heard, Maggie, not to cut you off, that there's a rule when it comes to if the GM if their team is still in the playoffs or different things like that, why that's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Because GM has a bigger role than a head coach. Because head coaches are a little bit more expendable. They can move around and be on other teams. That GM, they locked in for quite some time. So that, if you're in the playoffs, he needs to focus on his job and his role of how to get this team to go where they need to be.
But one of Harbaugh's demands, correct, if I'm not mistaken, was that he wanted to hire his own GM or have some type of say so, correct?
Yeah,
Correct.
So I'm saying, and that's what Matt Ryan was saying. He's saying
And the
that
roster.
they're still going to go back and circle back around to these interviews they already had for president, and probably going to go back and look at them same individuals for GM. So it still can happen. We don't know what direction they're going to go, but like you said, yes, there still are some rules about the GM. We would think the GM gets hired before the head coach, but you also got to play your cards with who's available.
Look what just happened.
I got something to say.
Okay.
I think they already got the GM in place because they had interviewed that same GM for the president, and then the Rooney Rule, and then he interviewed for that GM spot because he is in the playoffs right now. They cannot announce it, so I'm thinking that the GM is already hired. They're just not saying nothing about it. And as far as Mike Tomlin's concerned, if we do go after him, do y'all realize we got to give up a draft pick in order to get him? Because he's still under the contract with the Steelers. He left them. They didn't fire him. He decided to step down.
I'm tired of this.
So
I know.
we don't have a draft
We
pick to
ain't got
get
none. Yeah, we ain't got none.
So therefore, my top candidate would be Clint Kubiak because he is an offensive line coach, in which we need somebody on that offensive line to put the coaches in there to help this team on the offense side. You got the defense coordinator already assigned, hopefully he'll keep Jeff Albrecht and Nate Ali on that side. And if he want to bring some other pieces on that defense, that's fine. But like I said, I think the GM is already in the house, and they just waiting for the playoff, or waiting for their run to end in order to announce it.
What
Okay.
That's
what
just my
pick?
opinion.
What pick will we be giving up if we do go Mike Tomlin?
That's what I'm saying. We don't have a pick to give to
No,
them,
I
and
was
they
saying the
gonna
pick
ask
that
for
we
a
don't
high
have.
pick, and we don't have no
We
kind of
don't.
pick.
We don't
So
have
Mike Tomlin is gonna be completely out
a.
of the equation unless they decide to fire him. And another thing, I agree with Maggie said. They might want to put him in the front office like Matt Ryan.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
so know why he did what he did.
Mm.
You know,
Stina, I saw
Yeah.
your hand up. Did you wanted to add something?
Uh, no, I was agreeing with everybody. I agree with
Okay.
everybody with what they're saying. And I'm with Miss Pam. Y'all know it's Clint Kubiak for me. I understand the Harbaugh
hmm
situation. He irritate
hmm
me, but I know we just want to
hmm
win.
Right.
So
yeah,
I just hope they
yeah,
pick the right one that's going to help us win. Especially if we
Absolutely.
can try again at
hmm
home base
hmm
for
What's up,
2028.
Bud? And
You know,
I want
yeah.
to get
But
to this
we
Curtis.
gotta have Lady X at home. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. You
Right.
know,
huh?
Go ahead.
I didn't hear nothing y'all just said.
Yeah, I didn't hear Pam. What you say, Pam?
I said we gotta have a winning tradition at home, and
Yeah.
hiring Mike Ryan is the first step to that because he knows how to get to that, get people in here to win games.
Yeah, and it makes it more attractive because people probably want to work with Matt Ryan. He has so much respect. And I want to get to this comment, Curtis McGee,
Get to
2001.
Deer to Deer's comments too. Deer 1965 too. When you get
Okay,
to it.
I'll get that one in a minute. Okay, Harbor fits if the Falcons want to be a great offense team, but Tomlin would fit if you all want to be known as a defensive-minded team. In mind, and you said whose comment?
Deer DEARD 1965.
Is it way at the bottom?
No, he had one before the one at the bottom.
Yeah, he done said
Before
a
the one
few
at the bottom.
things. Okay.
You
He did. He
you way at the
posted at
bottom. I ain't
908.
even. I'm going in order, so
Oh,
I was coming down, but
I
I'll go
got
to
you.
it. I'll come back up though. I didn't want to
I
miss
was trying
nobody,
to
but
find where you were
I feel more confident if Dion was the president of football.
because he said he
Is that
doesn't
what?
agree at all with Matt Ryan. He's not going to be successful.
Oh, let me go to some of his stuff then. Let me see, dear.
I would love to
Oh,
know.
here it goes.
Give me three
It's not going
reasons
to be
why
successful,
Dion
y'all.
would be a successful president of football
Yeah,
for the Atlanta
yeah.
Falcons. I
Give
would
me three
love
Do
to
you
know
reasons.
want?
three
Do you want
reasons.
He
Dion?
won.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He said Deion Sanders. Did
Get
he
him,
say Deion
Whitney.
Sanders?
Get him, Whit. Somebody get him, because that don't make no
So
damn sense.
I was like, I want to be happy if it's anybody want to
My,
go in on that one?
my concern with Deion is his health. He's not
Yeah,
healthy at all. That's my concern.
but he trying to get
With him,
his situated.
he's not. I mean, far as him being in that role, I mean, could possibly, but it ain't Arthur Blank. I mean, it's his team to decide who he want into that position, and he put Matt
Hmm.
Ryan into that position because he is qualified, whether you like it or not. That's
Right.
point blank.
Well, he
You
said he
know,
don't want nothing NFL related anyway. So why would you want somebody in that position? He don't even want to be a head coach. So why do you think
That's
he
what
would
I'm
want a
saying.
front office
But
role?
he was an unsuccessful college football coach.
yeah.
You know, and
We need
my
him.
thing
But
is, I'm gonna
Georgia
add
Tech
to it.
need him.
Somebody was on our Saturday show talking about the Lady Birds don't know what they talking about when it came to Dion.
Oh,
What we don't
please.
He
Yep.
know?
hasn't proven himself.
What?
He hasn't
What we
proven
didn't know?
himself.
He has not proven himself.
Yeah, what has he done? Like I would
He
literally
got
love for
some.
somebody to tell me
He has
what
got.
he's done.
He's gotten some African American boys in the NFL. That's what he's done.
Yeah.
That's what he's done.
He
Exactly.
paved the way for
He
recruitment
paved
and
the way.
everything else.
Mhm.
I commend him for that. But as far as
So
him making it, because one thing He don't. I mean, every now and then we get a couple of little interviews with Dion about the Falcons. He ain't studying the Falcons.
He
No,
don't care
Correct.
about the Falcons.
he don't.
He
He
always
He
care.
never
put
talks about
his
us
He care
ever.
more about the
But I mean, the
Cowboys
only
than
time
the
he really
49ers.
only time he talked about us is when Shador and Shiloh was potentially with draft, and that oh they could love it, they could go on that because he's thinking of the flash should be for a team that picked him up would pick him up. But let's keep it all the way 100 when it
A
comes to
buck.
Dion. I love
Mhm,
Dion. I give Dion all the
mhm,
respect in the world for what he
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
has done, his career, things like that. However,
Yeah.
this is the same Deion Sanders who's been a coach. Yes, he brought in recruitment. Yes, he put a spotlight on HBCU sports. But even when he
Mhm.
was at Jackson State, he made it to it wasn't like the celebration. No, he made it to the
Celebrity
uh
Bowl.
yeah. And he didn't win it twice.
He didn't win it twice. He's a coach of South
It
Carolina,
was the
beat him
coach that
twice.
came after him. It was the coach that came after him that won for Jackson State. So it's just like then at Colorado, yes, he has put a spotlight on that organization and on that college.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's been an exciting thing, and yes, we want him to win because it is Deion Primetime Sanders. But he
Yeah.
has not put pen to paper when it comes to him being a winnable coach, and that's just on the college level. So it's
Right.
just
Yeah.
like people love this nostalgia and all this stupid shit like that when it comes to. I mean, when it comes to some of these players and making that transition, but you got a lot
Mhm.
of understand a lot of the coaches who we grown to love didn't touch the gridiron. A lot of
Yeah.
them were in the back of the scenes. They learn how to do things and stuff like that. Yes. But as it
Mhm.
comes right now, I am tired of the fantasy. I'm tired of the woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm tired of giving people first time chances. I'm tired of giving people, oh, this is their second chance. As much as I wanted to ride with Raw, I feel like the situation is that, and if y'all caught in that press conference,
Oh, he read
Mhm.
him. I know
you
Oh,
you.
yes, he
caught
did.
in that
He
press
read
conference
him.
when he
He
said
read him.
Ooh,
self
baby.
He read.
accountability. And when it
Ooh,
comes to that staff, and I think he was hint about Rod not firing
yep.
Zach
Best
Yeah,
friends.
Robinson.
Zach Robinson.
Best
Right.
Yeah.
friends.
That's what lost his job, y'all. The
Ooh.
fact
Because he
that
was standing by his
he
man. That he
was
sure
standing
was.
by Zach Robinson, and you could have easily fired Zach Robinson and would have had your job if you had done that.
Correct. And the crazy thing is, I know Dear D 1965, Dion know how to deal with the players today. He has a relationship with ex-players and coaches who would jump at the
Raheem.
chance. Raheem
Raheem.
still had that locker room. Raheem
Raheem.
was the man's man, and I would not knock his personality.
Nope.
It was they people still love Raheem Morrison.
Mhm.
However, just
Mm-hmm.
However,
because you get along with players, just because you understand players, just because you're buddy pal, does not equal
The
winning
coach.
championship football. And it is
exactly.
clear with the product that we've seen for two
Mhm.
years.
Twice. Remember, the first reason why we didn't go to the playoffs because he refused to sit Kirk Cousin down when he was injured.
Exactly.
Correct.
The second
And the
reason
fact that
this
you put
season,
another team in a playoff, and we had to sit at home, got my goal. I was pissed off mad about that.
and
Right.
then the second reason is this year because he did not let Zach Robinson go. He had two
Of
chances
course.
to make changes and he refused. He refused. He was very bullheaded and he would not make the changes that need to be made. So
Correct.
no.
Absolutely.
You
And I want
got
to
to
get this
have that
question.
killer instinct. What people
Hmm.
understand, and it's the same
Mhm.
thing that come with a job. It is a
Right.
Hmm.
job at the end of the day. I'm not friends with my coworkers. I am not
That
friends
part.
with my subordinates because being friends with somebody will, what clearly happened,
Mm,
cost you your
your job.
job.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta
Exactly.
separate the two, business and pleasure.
Yeah. Yep.
And Judge Marino was asking earlier, he was saying, how long do you think the Falcons will announce the head coach? It's going to take a while. We got to go through the playoffs and everything else. And of
Uh,
course, he wants the GM and the head coach to work together. So they will have to
yeah.
probably communicate with each other. And it's like, you know what? This is the best fit. So it's going to be a while,
Uh-huh.
John, I feel, before we get that
Both
announcement. But I
both
know
the
we're
GM
eager.
and head coach are in the playoffs. Both for the
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's probably gonna be at in February sometime. It's gonna be in
Yeah,
Yeah,
February. It's gonna be
because
next
like,
month.
didn't it say Harbaugh said he was making his decision soon?
There actually was a Twitter feed that's saying that a team is about to come out with a head coaching decision. I forgot to screenshot it
Mm.
and send it to our
yeah.
chat because I was
Okay.
kind of perusing when I was at the
Mhm,
tax office today. But
mhm.
yeah, so somebody is about to make a head coaching announcement soon. Some people is
Okay.
thinking it's the Giants, but we shall see.
I think it might be the
Well, he
Browns.
wants to pick his own
I think it
GM.
might
I
be the
don't think it's the
Titans.
Giants. I don't think it's the Giants because he wants to pick his own GM, and they firm with that GM that they have.
I think it might be the Browns. Just giving Browns.
Mm. It says this comment right here said, well, if he is already hired and they aren't saying anything, we are right back in the same situation. They need to give us an update. My thing is strapped up
You just
24.
impatient.
Who
You're
wants
just
to
Good.
hear?
He
impatient.
just
They
he
need
just
to
got
give
the
No,
job
us an
no.
yesterday.
I
update.
gotta
You
find
gotta
out
look
who.
at
He
this.
just got the job yesterday.
We
He
won't
even
we
signed
won't
into his email yet.
right.
Y'all not in executive positions now because
And they
y'all
waiting on
quit.
to they waiting on to the season finish. Because
Mhm.
the two candidates, the head
Y'all ain't
coach
never
and
worked
the
in
GM
corporate
are in
America,
the
and it
playoffs.
shows.
So, so
This
what
is
can we
not
do?
how things
We
go.
gotta wait. We gotta wait and see.
Slow your roll.
Sit down
Slow.
somewhere.
Let it
He
marinate.
literally
Take a
has
shot.
nowhere to go.
Take a
Yeah.
shot. A chill pill. Something. Woof.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see somebody got
Li-
that Prince profile. What's up? He said I feel more confident DM was the president. Yeah, we already had that comment, but
Yeah.
Ciao.
yeah. But Lady Birds, if QB is hired, I will get my ticket and be there for the first game from Galveston, Texas to Atlanta. Come on,
Uh,
come on. We need
come
everybody
on.
in the. For reference, money set for reference. John Gruden got traded for two first round picks and two second round picks, and Sean Payton got traded for a first, second, third pick.
How
But
is
So
we
if
that
can't
you
worth
really
that,
afford
want
it.
y'all?
Tomlin,
We
it's
can't
It's
going to
not
cost
afford
a
worth
lot of
that.
it.
picks.
We
We need
don't
No.
we don't
players.
have we don't even have that
We,
many.
No,
we don't
baby.
have no
We
draft
don't.
pick to do all that.
Oh
We need
no.
to get
Right.
players.
No.
So if we need to get more picks in order to get more players on the
Reputation.
team. That's what I'm all
Mhm.
about.
Child.
Right.
We need
We're gonna
some
have to.
depth.
We're gonna have to draft down to get some more picks because
Child.
Yes.
hey, Young can even win in Colorado. Thank you, Jay Dixon,
This is
32.
what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Had them
want him to
folks
come over
hyped up
here.
for nothing.
He said, "I
Child.
love Prime over there though."
Yeah, over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
exactly. Let Prime be what
Yeah.
he is with
With
his seven
tongue.
toes and everything
Well,
else, and
he
let that be.
Ooh,
playing. That man is not
that's
in the
why he
best
got the
health.
Aflac.
Y'all
That's why he
realize
getting
that
the
man
Aflac bag.
had a
Ooh.
surgery on his bladder. He's
Ooh.
not in the best of health. I
No, he's
just told y'all
Mm.
that.
Mhm.
And this
That's
job
why
Mhm.
he got
gonna
Aflac.
rely your undivided attention.
uh,
You don't need to
Right.
be unhealthy in order to do this position.
it's very
Point
true.
blank.
Mhm.
Aflac. Aflac.
Affleck. It
Ooh,
says,
y'all.
Curtis McGee said, 2001, the key is being a fighter against all teams instead of playing lower to lower competition, but playing high against big competitors. And that says a lot because it's like
Mhm.
we can beat the contender, but we people that we should be beating, we can't. That's
Yes.
that's that's terrible. That's terrible. It
Mhm.
says Dan was okay as a Jackson State and lost two at its Celebration Bowl. So a lot of
Mhm.
people are just not agreeing that Dion could be a better candidate for that president role. They need a true leader on the field and in the locker room, keep them motivated and ready to battle. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And Matt Ryan can be
Mhm.
that person because he's going to make sure those
Mhm.
players hold those meetings and say, don't just rely on your head coaches to tell
Yeah.
you what your role is. Let's watch this film. Y'all get together as some players. I need my veterans to be veterans. I need my leaders to be leaders. I need you to be
Ooh,
because Matt Ryan.
accountability.
It was a clip that Matt Ryan walked in, interrupted the
Interrupted
whole
that meeting.
room, and
Yes.
said, "This
A
is why,"
wide
and that was
receivers
what.
Viewpoint.
meeting. It was a
He
wide receivers
told
Yep.
meeting.
Right.
yes.
Mhm.
That was on Hard Knock. That was on the Hard
We
Knock.
need another hard knocks. I'm ready. We long overdue.
Yeah.
I'm about to say
Right.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks be they have a bad
Yeah.
streak of fucking up people's seasons. I don't know
Oh well,
about
never
being on
mind.
Hard Knocks.
Stay,
That's true though.
they
Yeah.
because the camera's all in their face and they gotta
Yeah, it
watch what
had.
they say. It's kind of one of those like, I don't want to be on the spotlight. I just want to come in here and practice. First
Right.
thing I
And y'all
know,
don't
how the
forget
video
Atlanta
was
is
played.
Matt Ryan is from Atlanta now for sure.
very
The Atlanta-ness is running through his veins. Do not play with
He's
this
done a
man.
lot of
Because I'm
community
sure
service.
without them cameras,
And,
he giving it to y'all like these YNs out here. Do not play with that man.
Right, and I'm
mhm.
saying like he said that Atlanta is home for him.
you
You
know
don't
he
hear
He
Yeah.
Dion
must would have
saying that.
said
yeah
twin if he could have in that press conference.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm just
he
letting y'all know, twin, we coming for it.
uh-huh.
Right.
And
Matt
be
Ryan
shooting
is
hoops for
so
people.
ATL.
You heard me?
Mhm.
There's a
Huh?
video of him shooting hoops with some guys, some YNs. I gotta find that clip and show you how he was
The
shooting hoops.
YNs love Matt Ryan.
Yes, he be outside for real.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all better stop playing with him. Like he
You
not
know,
qualified. The streets have accepted Matt Ryan. You know how many rappers have songs with his name in it? Come on.
he
His
said Matt
street
Ryan
cred.
getting. I want to get to Mucho's comment. He said Matt Ryan's getting a first time opportunity. I guess he's kind of reiterating what we were saying that we want head coaches that are experienced, and maybe he's just saying,
Yeah.
well, he's getting the first time, what have you. And
It's
yes,
not
he
the
is.
same thing.
See, you being
It's not.
political, and
It's
that's not
not the
what it's
same
about.
thing. You
Hmm
Mhm.
have this is a brand new position in
Right.
the organization. This
What
is
Hmm.
not something that's a long time standing type of position across the world. And a lot of people who have started doing presidents of football, they are brand new to that position. There is not technically a rule book for president of football. That's why a lot of us was confusing the president of football operations
correct?
Hmm.
with the president of football because they putting
Hmm.
two distinctions on that. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, shout out to the water boys. I hope we can ever get them to
Yes.
for us to
Come
go
I
on
on.
there
want
us
to
and
love. Let
join
me
us.
write that down. I'm gonna write
But
that
Water
down
boy.
because I
Come on,
tried to reach out to
Quay.
them in Messenger. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna see if I can reach out to them by email or something. If anybody
but
knows a
they
connection, I would love to get it. The water
But
boys.
he said, they said something real. They keep saying that us as fans, we got an issue because what makes Matt Ryan a loser? Because a lot of people been saying he's a loser. The only thing you could constitute is him being a loser is the fact that well, you can't even call him a loser. He's just not a champion. Is the words
Correct.
they use.
That's
He's not a
correct.
champion. However,
That's
this
correct.
man played 14 years in the season. He had us winning seasons here. He was the
Hmm.
MVP of the fucking league. First time all pro.
Hmm.
This man has accolades out the fucking ass. It was the fact he was third round pick. I mean, he was a first round pick third. I mean, did and I mean go on and on. He's it on the football. I mean, on the Falcons, Mount Rushmore. Matt Ryan is there.
And
He
there
came
is
after the Mike Vick fucking era. And if y'all wanted to shit on him so fucking bad, he was actually a better quarterback than Mike Vick. Mike Vick was more exciting. Unfortunately, his career got cut short or cut in half due to the situation with the dogs. But
And openly
he was
admitting he wasn't reading
consistent.
the playbook.
Look, he wasn't reading the
Yeah,
playbook.
I mean, Mike talks about what he feel like he would have did differently being down here and different things like that, and how he didn't take things seriously. It's a lot of stuff that he looks back on that he feel like he would do differently. Y'all try to
Yeah.
shit on Matt as much as you want, but
he
his
nobody
numbers
got
stand
money.
for themselves. And he had to prove a lot of shit to me. And that's what made me even go buy his jersey to respect that man. He
Mhm.
loves this fucking city. Even
Right.
with him going to the Indianapolis Colts and him working for CBS, they have never left this fucking state.
Right.
They
The
did a lot
charities
of
never
community
Respect
left.
the city.
service
And they do a
here
lot of
in
community
Atlanta.
service here. So I'm
Right.
just like, could push
Yeah.
on the bullshit, and he has so much respect among the players. I mean, you got the whole get fucking set, him going in the fucking meetings of other position players and how he talked to them. You really don't hear a bad word from any
Nope.
of any players that
No.
have ever played from him, from Julio on fucking down.
Yeah.
So why do
Right.
we have
Why you
such
think Cal
animosity
Pitts
versus
got that
man?
1,000 yard? Why you think Cal Pitts got that 1,000 yard in his rookie season?
because he had
He
on his
played.
dress.
I mean, he know he can't get out of set with
Order.
Matt Ryan because
Uh-huh.
Matt Ryan would get into his junk if he did anything wrong.
And
So
I want to get to this comment from Blackberry. Of course, we kind of went over earlier, but he said, "How do you ladies feel about the new structure and how it was explained by Arthur and Matt today?" I'm gonna go ahead and chime in on it. I feel that based on it, he's responsible for hiring. He's going to be in the room when it comes to the making decision on who's best for those roles.
Mm-hmm.
But he
and
also
Maggie,
said
he
where he can see himself fit. He'll whenever they need him, he'll be there. He is not going to be um on the sideline trying to be the QB quarterback, coach. He's not going to be here and actually be the GM. He's allowing that GM, that meaning they're going to make the best decision collectively on who's best for that role, who's best for the head coaching job. He wants them to interact with each other and work best with each other because they got a match for one thing. So, and of course, Greg Beatles and everybody, Arthur Blank, and it was like, well, who's making the final decision? They wanted him to say, I'm the man that makes the final decision. Oh, it's a collective. It's
Mm-hmm.
everybody. But he's going to make sure he does his job to
which
make
was
sure
hella
we get the
smart. Which was hella
right.
smart for him to do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
look at Tori Macklin interview. I'm gonna go back and look at that.
Yeah, please
So
do. Please do.
he pretty much stated what his role was. So I don't think he saw that interview.
Yeah, he did state what his he it I felt that he had more time to think about it because as you said, this is a new position they created for Matt specifically. They haven't had this ever before. So
Yes.
it can be a little confusing as to what that role is because he just said he was like, I just had an interview 2 hours ago, not that day, but the day that he became president, and he was writing interviews right after that. This man,
Yeah.
and then did you see the eyes of Grant Beatles? And they're tired. They're
Yeah.
working hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the role is making itself what it is as it comes along, and as Matt Ryan kind of thinks about it and understands what his role. That's why we had off the blank there to say, I'm going to step in, Greg Beatles. I'm going to say some things to kind of help you clarify what this role is. He's basically saying, I'm not going to micromanage. I'm going to allow these, because like I said earlier in the show, they complain about Terry not being able to have a role in being a GM. Control. We need him to be the GM and cook and all this kind of stuff, other than just being a scout, this, that, and the other. Where else are you making a decision here? Because it's clearly not you. So that's what they are giving you guys. They want the GM to do his job. They want the head coach to match the GM, and they talk and get along. And then it's Matt Ryan comes in and say, well, you know what? Here, I think this is the better solution. Hey, we got Michael Penix. We got to develop. We got to make this position for anybody, players, head coaches, anybody, attractive
Correct.
for somebody to come out here and want to play.
And hold them accountable as the season goes on. That's
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, ladies, like I said, it wasn't going to be a long show because we do have Ty Kale following up in the end. And then, of course, it's not a lot going on right now because we really haven't said who's our head coach and GM. It's just all speculations. Everybody in their feelings, all emotional.
right. That's the true Falcon fans. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, can we talk about one more thing before we get
Sure.
off? We didn't talk
Sure.
about it. What y'all feel about the new uniform reveal in April?
I'm excited. I'm
I already
excited.
told y'all my speculation. You can go back. You can go back to my post. You can go back to the other videos. I have told you I have a strong feeling we doing throwbacks, and I know for a fact
That's why I got this on throwback, baby. Throwback.
throwback too. We doing
You
throwback
know.
and red helmets upcoming out. Quote me now. I think I'm on the money with this one.
I
Red
think they're gonna.
helmet shouty.
I think that red helmets are coming back, but I think it's gonna be a different version of the throwback because we were winning and balling in games with the throwbacks. But I think
Yeah.
they might try to do like a little spin on it, things like
Yes.
that. But as
Yes.
much as people hated our most recent jerseys, I actually liked it.
Ooh,
As
the football.
I actually liked our past jersey and things like that. I never really had an issue with it. The only thing I didn't like was the print with the numbers.
But I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
But
say that was the alarm clock numbers. That's what I call it.
yeah, that's the only thing. That was the only
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
The digital numbers. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
thing I didn't like about it. But I love the ATL and a couple of things like that. But I am excited to see what they do with the jerseys. Only because I
Mhm.
think this can bring in, since we brought in Matt with a brand new position. We're bringing in a new GM. We're bringing in a new head coach. We're ushering in a new era. And some
Yeah.
people are saying that just like we retired the brotherhood, that maybe Rise Up need to
Needs to
retire.
go.
Do
Yes, Rise Up needs to go with the New Jersey's selection.
okay. What should be our next slogan?
Get fucking set.
One game at a time.
That ain't no good. No, what? We can't say
I
that
mean, it's not a
in
like
the
Dirty Birds
same.
or the different things like that. It has to be something kind of like
It
authentic.
do
I
need to
mean,
be get fucking set.
you
Get
know
effing
they
I know
set
you
we
know
is
gonna
they
the
say
can't
that.
you
theme
know
of the
they
Hey,
can't
we
season.
post that. You know
already
they
pushing
can't
it
post
with
that like Rise
I
Up or
know,
different things
I
of it.
know, I know. Somebody said, but somebody said it in the conference chat. They were saying we ready.
I,
We
I,
ready.
I just, but we gotta be actually ready now. 'Cause I'm tired of
Right.
going in that stadium,
Come
chanting
on,
and
we
walking
rising
in
up
the
and we
front of that
ready, and we ain't
building,
never been
and
ready.
we
I
lost.
actually think we're gonna
Nah.
be ready. I'm curious to see who the GM gonna be. I'm curious to see who the new head coach is. I'm curious to see who he gonna put as an offensive coordinator, who he gonna put as a quarterback coach. Because my opinion is we need to develop him. He's gonna come back strong whether y'all like it or not. That is your number one draft pick. He's your franchise quarterback. So
Mm,
I'm actually excited to see what pieces they gonna put around this team. And
Mhm.
I'm actually curious to see if they're going to actually draft a quarterback in a later round or undrafted free agent.
mm.
So we don't know. We won't know until the new GM and the head coach come into play. And so I'm anxious to see this. So I'm all excited. I can't wait.
I got another
Okay,
question for
okay.
y'all. 'Cause I wasn't on there after the initial press conference. Please explain to
Mhm.
me. I don't know why y'all fans talked it up. Why Big Ticket was in that conference? Cause he felt he was next.
What's
Huh?
that?
Tigger.
Oh,
Oh, Big Tig.
He was in that, not this past conference, the first one, the general
well,
assembly that press out the bank. He was in there in the back. Y'all done said that man was gonna get fired. Y'all spoke him up, and he felt like he was next, and that's why he went to the conference. Y'all didn't know he was in the meeting.
I saw him in a meeting, but I was just like, well, maybe because he's part of the Dirty Bird Nest section, and he's kind of part of the
Totally.
PR team and all that. So maybe he just needs to be in there. I kind of looked at it as that. Just everybody was in that meeting.
Hmm.
I mean,
That
but
needs to
I get what you're
change.
saying, though.
Yeah,
Co-chair that.
but also Tig is still media too. We got to remember
Right.
that.
Hmm.
He's meeting.
He's still media.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He got to change up his style some. That's why I said that.
It's going to be Matt's job to deal with the players, right? So it's not going to be his plum. So we're going to go ahead and go around and get our last thoughts because I think Ty Kale is actually revving up and starting up. So once we end this show, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week. If any breaking news come in, though, we'll be on then. So look out any promptus, but probably won't be anytime soon. Matt be over on that.
Yes, y'all catch him at Spawn Divots on Friday night.
But Spun Divots ain't been hitting like it used to do. I feel
Now
like
that
they
man
done
was
been
like, it was one
I
time he
haven't
was
been there in
doing
a
something.
while.
He was people giving people shots at a bar.
Oh,
Like,
one thing them drinks is still gonna be good, but they food have been lacking.
mm,
Mm.
I think gonna be a quick fire and first hire to the Titans. Yeah, well, wherever
Wait.
he goes, hey, I wish him all the best of luck and everything else. It's probably won't be a head coaching job, but hey, more power to you. So we're gonna start off with Miss Pam. Pam, your last thoughts, and then let us know where we can find you.
You can find me on this platform, Ladies Bird AFN. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
My last final word is trust and accountability. Um, we got to trust the process and trust that that whoever they hire in these key positions will
Mm-hmm.
have this big attitude and bring us get us into the playoffs. Our ultimate goal is to get to the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, anything could happen. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I got to say on that matter. So I'm just happy, ready to see who they gonna pick as a GM, who they gonna pick as a head coach. Mind you, I said GM first because I think the GM gonna actually get hired before the head coach.
Mhm.
So, but I'm just excited. I'm excited for the Senior Bowl. I'm excited for the combine. I'm excited for the draft. So I just can't
Mm-hmm.
wait.
I'm
So
excited all off season.
we got a whole January, February, March, and April to be all
Mm.
excited about what this team's gonna do.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Yes, we got all week. We
Agreement.
got every day to be looking at. Uh,
Hmm
Rappers content.
what's going on. So, and then of course, shout out to all the content creators out there that are they're doing their due diligence in the off season too to give us some good content and media. I saw what was that, the Bird Gang? Man, that man was up at 7 in the morning while I was getting up. Like, man, you are bumper to bumper determined.
Right.
My goodness. And Miss Bree, you're next. Go ahead and give us your last thoughts as well as where to find you.
My last thoughts is the right person is for the job. Matt Ryan earned where he is, so just get used to it. He gonna be here for a long time. So accept it for what it is, and then
Hmm.
once you trust the process and let the man do his job, you'll see why he was picked for that position. But other than that, you can find me on Facebook. First name Brian, last name Allen. I'm on X, aka Twitter, country with the U. I did follow you, Maggie. Country
Finally.
Bumpkin 26. So I'm on there sometime
I still
and
ain't found Pam.
Oh, I'm on there. I
I'm
just
gonna find
don't be on
Pam.
there.
She just don't be on there. Okay, okay. And Miss Stina B. Go ahead, Miss Lady. Your last thoughts as well. And let everybody know where to find you.
My last thoughts are I hope it's Kubiak, and if not Kubiak, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say Harbaugh because we are in a win now situation. Oh, I won't say why. I'm hesitant with Harbaugh, but I'm really excited that the Falcons literally have their foot on the gas and
Right.
are going hard in the mother effing paint right now,
Hmm.
showing us fans that they are dedicated to making the change that we see necessary for this team to be successful. Um, so I'm just really excited for the weeks, months ahead.
Hmm.
Y'all know
Hmm
I love college sports as much as I love professional, so I have a list of college prospects that I'm excited to see in the combine. Hopefully,
hmm
we keep our eye on them in preparation for the draft. And you can find me on all social media at It's Stina B, ITSSTINAB. If you're in the Atlanta area, I have a comedy show this Saturday, January 17th, in Little Five Points at the Wally World Comedy Showcase. Grab your tickets, and then I'll be outside with Maggie Saturday night.
Right. We got a
Um,
bonfire.
yes,
Hmm.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So yeah, follow me on all social media. That's TikTok, that's Instagram. I'm on X too. I just haven't been there on a long time. So yeah, y'all find me on there. Follow if you want to know where any of my shows are. If you're interested, that's where all the information will be. Y'all have a
All
blessed
right. Have a blessed one for real. I appreciate everybody is in here. And Miss Witt, you too, man. We're so glad to have you back and healthy and well and
Thank
in
you.
better spirits as well.
Thank
Please,
you.
we still send our prayers to you and everything. But um, your last thoughts as well as how can they find you?
Well, I'd like to thank everybody and of course my lady birds for checking up on me. It's been a difficult last, I would say, about 3 months, um, personally, but thanks y'all so much. It was still Falcons all the way. I'm excited for this new venture we're in, and figuring out who is going to be our next GM and our next head coach and what's the future of our Falcons. Because again, free agency is going to be interesting. Not having a first round pick, even though I feel like what happened with with James Pierce Jr. and the
It was worth it.
rookies, it was worth it.
He should be
Yeah.
rookie of the year.
That part. He not even on the ballot. AKA.
That's sad. That is
That's
sad.
ridiculous.
That's that.
But
Pick today.
that's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like he showed out and he didn't even have majority of the snaps as other people, and he still was able to come away with 10.5 sacks. But we'll talk about that another day, because I got a lot of thoughts that I have not been able to share through everything that's been going on. But trust and believe, my claws are still sharp over
Oh yeah,
here. Y'all,
we got lots more to talk about. I just wanted to get this Matt Ryan information, stuff out, get our
yeah.
feelings on it. But next week we're definitely going to start talking about a little bit more. Maybe we'll have a head coach, maybe we'll have something, but we'll know. But yeah, we definitely gonna get in the background and just kind of draft up what else we want to talk about in this off season, because I do want to hear what the ladies have to say about some other things as well outside the audience of what's happening. Because we got a long season ahead right now.
We
So.
do. But
So,
we've been able to do it. We're gonna do it again in the midst of these changes. But you guys can find me on Facebook, Whitney Jenkins. You can find me on Instagram, which Alluring Enigma 08. And I am on X, but I really don't really interact on there. I really just go to see what's going on, because that's where all the weirdo shit and most of the breaking news come in at. But
right.
I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the week.
Right.
Yes.
Hope y'all have a good one. Holden, I hear you back there, Holden. Hello, Holden.
Yes, Mr. Man back here.
I'm glad both of you
But
guys are
that
feeling
is
better.
because the flu is out in a vengeance. So be safe
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
It says,
Yeah,
I'm
that
Oh,
hoping that
yeah.
flu ain't nothing to play with out there. Pneumonia and all the different things like that. So y'all definitely be safe out in these streets.
Right. And I'm gonna say this last comment, and I'm gonna say my last thoughts as well. It says, notice when the Matt Ryan haters place full blame on him for the Super Bowl loss, they never point out Dan Quinn had the authority to override an offensive play call. Never.
That
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And on that, drop the mic on that one, because Matt Ryan is here to stay. You better get used to it, or you can go and find another team. I'm just saying. Okay, y'all can follow Raheem if you want to. You can follow Terry.
Yep. Going right up there to Nashville.
So on that note, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in to the Lady Birds of AFN and showing us love and respect. We appreciate all the ladies that are here that dedicate their time. Things are happening, but we get on here as best as we can and bring you guys the best content. So thank you, ladies, for always being a part of this, making this the best show, in my opinion, that there is out there to be, because we're the only ones doing it. We're the last. What channel have a female podcast of nothing but ladies?
There you go.
You hit it first. We had it here first. So other than that, the Lady Birds got a lot to talk about, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But of course, Tykel follows right now. If you guys want to go ahead and head on over there and start showing him love, just exit out, refresh, and go give him some feedback and say, hey, we just left the Lady Birds. Give him some love and everything else. But on that note, you can find me at Maggie T Productions all over, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I'm in the streets. I'm everywhere. I'm an event planner. I'm all of that. I'm a mama. I got children, and I got a child that over here trying to eat her food because she done moved out, but she still said, "Mama, I miss your cooking. What you got?" Like, no, don't cook your own meal.
I have a child that moved right she went up to bed. So yes, I know I feel you.
I'm gonna take me a plate to go. No, this ain't no IHOP, man.
She know what she's doing.
Ain't wrong with that. It's called using your resources. Using your resources.
Next thing you know, I ain't gonna have no tissue paper. I'm gonna be like, hold on, where did all my plates go? It's gonna be at her house. All right, I love y'all. I love it too, Miss Karina. See you this Saturday, love. I can't wait to have some fun with y'all.
See you Saturday, Miss Karina.
And good night, folks. Go back. Tykel is on the same channel, Atlanta Falcons Nation. Refresh and come on. She needs Maggie's weekend cooking. No, she don't. She can go and figure it out, honey. You know, I don't cook enough for her.
Go to the
I'm
other.
done.
You
I'm
missed one
retired.
comment. You missed one comment before you end it.
Oh, what's that? She's blessed day night, ladies.
Stina
The
B.
D, Stina B. What's Stina B say?
No,
What I say?
dear,
No, they was saying that
dear Christina
to
B.
dear D.
Oh, she said, Miss Stina B. We're gonna say Stina.
He says
Didn't
he
know you
corrected it.
were a comedian. You need to talk more and bring the funny out on this show. Absolutely, she's definitely a
He
comedian.
do.
She's
He
funny,
do.
and she always do. She's always hilarious. You know,
I
even
corrected
especially when
it
she's
I
too.
need
like,
to talk more.
We gonna say it was
You
auto
ain't.
correct. It was auto correct. It was
I'm
auto correct.
screaming.
Yeah,
I'm
we both.
screaming.
No, they put Stina
But
in
go
the
to them
chat.
other episodes. I'll be talking now. Hold
You can
on.
oh
Oh,
yes,
say
he
she
it.
do.
do.
He
We
do.
share the
He
wealth with
do.
us, a lot of us. But
He
yeah.
do.
It's a lot of us, but
No, that's
no,
that
she.
one who said Dion should be the president of football. I'm already questioning you immediately. But make sure you
Yeah,
like and
he's terrible
subscribe
comedian.
so we can talk next week. Okay?
Right. Come on back here. All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, we appreciate you guys, and we are up out of here. Go ahead and listen to Ty Kale. Let's talk about it. That's on now. Show him some love, and we.